Number 9, Notre Dame at number 22, Pittsburgh, noon on ABC. College game day will be there. What a triple header we have on ABC. This game at noon, got Oklahoma, Alabama at 3:30, Texas, Georgia at 7:30. Even though nobody can watch ABC right now, unless you have certain apps or an antenna sitting on top of your roof. Pittsburgh right now, 12.5-point underdogs in this game. I was fully ready, and I think I might have told you this. We had a couple other people say this. I'm going to take Pitt plus the 12.5. But man, what Pat Narduzzi said earlier this week has my head spinning.
Yep.
And I don't know if, Marcus Freeman or Notre Dame, those guys paying attention to it or not. Like, he's got to be thinking, what in the world? Like, I don't know if he's just playing mind games. I don't know if he's in the locker room pulling we got him right where we want him. They don't think we don't care about this game. We're going to go out and punch him in the mouth. But to come out and say that publicly, if you haven't had a conversation with your players, like, what are the players thinking at that point when our coach says we could lose this game by 100 as long as we win the next two?
I have to admit that affected my thoughts on this game as well. Whether it should or shouldn't, maybe that makes me an idiot. That comment in the media, the coach said what he said. I mean, he could have easily walked back to the team and said, "Guys, I was just playing to the media, whatever like that." He said that guy asked me what he asked me. He said, "We know we want to go out and win this football game." He could have done that. I have no idea, but I don't know if he did that or not. I do know what he said in the media, and that was just crazy. But I'm going to try to just only look at this from a pure matchup perspective. And no doubt about it, when Pitt made the switch to that true freshman quarterback earlier this year, this Cade Bell offense, who, if you were just now joining the party for Pitt, Cade Bell was an incredible offensive coordinator with one of the better offenses at any level of football, FCS, FBS, Division II, III, whatever, NAIA. Western Carolina was legit. And Pat Narduzzi made an incredible hire by bringing him in as OC last year. And they were really good offensively last year. They were rolling when Eli Holstein was playing. I think they were undefeated, actually. He went down with an injury, and then they lost multiple games in a row down the stretch. This year, the Holstein ended up being replaced by this true freshman quarterback, and this offense is a wagon right now. They've been a problem to stop. My only thing that I will ask you is it the thing that I love to say on this show that two things can be true? Is it that this offense is really good and they have been taking advantage of playing weaker competition? Because, dude, when you go through this schedule, bro, look, Stanford, NC State at home. NC State's defense is booty. Offensively, NC State can score. They hung 34 on Pitt in that game.
Sure.
They give up 53 to Pitt, which is still, it's impressive. They gave up, that Pitt scored 53. But again, NC State can't stop me and you and 9 others right now. Syracuse, after Angeli went down, our boy, old Fran Brown and the Qs, they just, hanging by a thread, period, right now. Florida State, enough said. Boston College, enough said. They lost at home to Louisville. We respect Louisville and, Brom and that bunch. And then one of our upset alert picks earlier this year, West Virginia in the backyard brawl. And we know West Virginia is just, I know that's a rivalry game. We picked West Virginia in our upset alert that week. But still, Pitt's not a very good football team. This is a massive, massive step up in class for Pitt in this game. And I'm not saying they can't handle it. It's just we haven't seen it yet. Out of all those teams I just mentioned, and this includes Louisville. Louisville's got some dudes now, like a wide receiver in the skill position. But across the board, Notre Dame has one of the more talented 22, 11-11 on both sides of the ball that you're going to see in the country right now. And again, they're another one with this Mike Denbrock offense. What do you do defensively? I think obviously the number one thing that you have to do is you have to figure out a way to slow down the running game with Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price with Notre Dame.
Which Pittsburgh can do.
Yeah, they can.
Only allowed 81 yards per game.
Yep, they can.
But again, the competition.
Exactly. Hey, that's great. All the yards per game you have. And again, Pat Narduzzi is a defensive-minded guy. He's always got dudes up front that he gets the most out of, and Pitt's usually pretty solid defensively under him. But if they slow down Jadarian Price and Love in this game, hats off to him, because that's a tough task, man. But the difference in this year's Notre Dame team to last year which we all talked about before the season, was this wide receiver core and the overall passing game with CJ Carr. They're not a one-trick pony. They're not a line up and try to blow to your nose, run the football, and then they don't have another pitch. They're not a Mariano Rivera, I'm only going to throw the cutter and there's nothing else I'm going to throw. They've got multiple pitches that they can throw at you. So it's just going to be interesting, man, to see if Narduzzi, who is a defensive, he's a stud as a defensive coach, what he can do defensively against this Notre Dame bunch. Where I think Pitt can have success is offensively.
Yeah.
Against Notre Dame. But again, my issue with that is, if you're Notre Dame's defense right now, I think a lot of people out there do respect Pitt's offense, right?
Yeah, I mean, we do.
Yeah. Earlier in the year, they were the talk. That Chris Ash and that defense, they were the talk from a negative perspective against the better competition, the better teams that they played. I mean, again, as a competitor, this is a situation and a spot where this Notre Dame defense against a very well-respected, good offense can change that narrative. That they are the defense that people thought they were going to be going into the season. So I'm just interested to get your thoughts on that, because obviously you know way more about this Irish bunch than I do.
Yeah, I mean, the Irish, I've watched a good bit of their games.
Every snap.
They're giving up 232 passing yards per game, which is 89th in the country. But when you adjust for opponents, I couldn't believe this, but opponent adjusted pass defense, they're second in the country, which was very, very shocking to me, according to Pick Six Plus guy Brett Ciancia over there. I still think Mason Heinschel can take advantage of that Notre Dame secondary. Pitt cannot run the ball. They have had trouble running the ball. Desmond Reed has been in and out of injuries this year. He's kind of like their all-purpose guy. They just have not been able to run the ball. So it is going to be on the true freshman's shoulders with that heavy offense, heavy pass offense, all that. I also think CJ Carr can take care against, can take advantage against the 46th ranked opponent adjusted pass defense out of 68 P4 teams. They have, again, you mentioned CJ Bailey and NC State put up 34 on them.
Yep.
So I think there is an advantage there for Notre Dame. It's, I shudder to say it because of what happened and what the final result was, but this feels a lot like Notre Dame going to Arkansas early in the year. Got a noon kickoff then. It was a big game. It was on ABC or ESPN, one of those two. Heavy, really, really good offense in Arkansas, and Notre Dame's defense showed up. They created turnovers. They got to get pressure on Heinschel to get up in his face, make the true freshman uncomfortable. My question for you is, would it be better for Notre Dame to win this game 27-24 and keep Pitt in the top 25, just like Oregon did last week with Iowa?
No.
No?
Murder them if you're Notre Dame.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, everyone's getting, we're guilty of it too. We're giving Oregon a ton of credit now. Like, and we know, I mean, we're ball knowers, right? We'll say it. We know exactly how talented Iowa is.
Yep.
Right. So even if they had dropped out of the top 25 in the rankings last night, we would have been all over that. It's a mistake. We still give Oregon credit. But a lot of the, I'll say casuals, but just college football fans are saying, oh, Oregon's got a ranked win out there. Everyone's all about these ranked wins. Well, Iowa's, ranked number 21. So that's my question is like,
I see what you're saying, because the casuals out there will just, if Notre Dame blitzes them and beats the brakes off of them, everybody's just going to be like, see, we told you Pitt sucked. Pitt ain't no good.
ACC,
yeah, they're not any good. But on the flip side of that, the same people that say that, if Notre Dame goes out and wins 27-24, they're going to be like, the ACC sucks. Notre Dame barely even beat Pitt and stuff, which, again, is you just can't win either way.
No.
Here's the reality. Pitt's a really good football team. They are. They've got a really good offense. Pat Narduzzi's a heck of a defensive coach. This would be a good win for Notre Dame no matter what. There's a reason College Game Day is going to this game. And it has nothing to do with the brand. It's because the brand of Notre Dame, and that's it. No, it's because it's a matchup of two dang good football teams. And yes, College Game Day is also going there because that's where Pat McAfee's from. That is thrown in there as well. I understand that. But they were not just, okay, they're not just going to go to Pitt if Pitt was playing NC State. They're going to it because it's a good matchup between two good teams, and it was a great spot for Pat McAfee to go home. But for Pitt to have a chance to win, Their offense has to be what they've been. They've got to be explosive and got to be able to make plays and not turn the freaking football over like you said Arkansas did against Notre Dame earlier this year. And they've got to be able to keep the pass rush off of them. And then you've got to be able to find a way to slow down. You got to slow down that Notre Dame running game. If you don't slow them down,
you're not gonna slow them down. You got to keep the explosive runs at a minimum.
Yeah. You can't let Jay Love just take off for 60 down the, or you can't tackle him behind the line of scrimmage or think that you've tackled him behind the line of scrimmage and he stays on someone's body and then takes off 70. That's easier said than done. Man, I've got a best bet in this game, dude. I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to lay the wood with the Irish here, bro. I'm going to take the double-digit favorite on the road at Pitt, and I don't think that Pitt's defense is good enough to slow down this Irish offense enough. I do think this is a total just step up in class for Pitt in this game. I think this is a situation where Notre Dame, they hear it, bro. They hear what the rest of the country's saying. They know they need to go out and play well and perform well and stuff, too. I think that this is a great opportunity. They're going to have a lot of eyeballs on their game for them to flex and take care of Pitt. And just like Pat Narduzzi said, if they lose this game, there's nothing to them in the ACC race. They still can go win their next 2 ball games and possibly get to a college football playoff if they win the ACC championship. I said possibly. I didn't guarantee it.
3 losses, I don't know about that.
I was going to say I didn't guarantee it. JMU may have something to say about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to take Notre Dame minus 12.5 in this game to cover and to win and cover the spread. They're going to win by 2 touchdowns plus in this one.
Okay. Man, the fan in me, I don't know if I can get there. I'm going to stay away from it right now. I might get a little more into it on Saturday or something. The Narduzzi mind games are messing with me, man. And I probably am overthinking it a little bit. I think Notre Dame will get the job done ultimately in Pittsburgh, and then they get Syracuse and Stanford that are not last 2 games. So should be good there and set themselves up for possible college football playoff berth. So that's it for us, man. We'll be back this weekend to recap all the Week 12 action, to kind of look ahead to some more playoff scenarios and whatnot, looking at some bigger picture stuff with only 2 weeks remaining after this weekend of the regular season. So once again, man, we appreciate you guys hanging in there with us, tuning in, listening, watching, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, all that, X, Instagram, TikTok, everything, all that good stuff. We appreciate it, man. We thank you guys. Can't thank you enough. Stick with us. It's going to be a fun next couple of months for the college football playoffs, the national championship, all that good stuff. So for Lance Barton, I'm Tyler Noe. Take care. Have a great rest of your day, and we will see you next time.